Despite its many obvious advantages, capitalism also has significant drawbacks. One of its biggest weaknesses is its focus on short-term gains at the expense of long-term strategic interests. In economics, this phenomenon is known as short-termism. The capitalist system naturally prioritizes investments that promise the highest financial returns. On the surface, there is nothing wrong with this. In fact, any rational investor would ask why anyone should invest in an unprofitable project. Most business people would choose the profitable opportunity and leave money-losing ventures to those willing to absorb the losses. However, history repeatedly demonstrates that profitable industries often depend on investments that are not profitable on their own. One of the best examples is the mining and processing of rare earth elements, or more broadly, other critical minerals, without which modern technologies and advanced weapons simply could not exist. So why are these projects often unprofitable? And how did the unwillingness of the United States to continue investing in this strategically important industry ultimately increase its dependence on China, allowing China to become the global leader? First, let's understand what rare earth elements actually are. Rare earth elements are a group of 17 chemical elements in the periodic table. Despite their name, they are not particularly rare. In fact, some of them, such as cerium and scandium, are far more abundant in the Earth's crust than gold or silver. They are called rare because economically viable deposits are difficult to find. These elements are usually widely dispersed throughout the Earth's crust, making it extremely challenging to locate ore deposits with concentrations high enough to justify the enormous cost of extraction. Another reason these projects struggle to generate profits is the complexity of processing the ore. Separating rare earth elements from surrounding minerals requires sophisticated technology, large amounts of energy, and expensive chemical processing, making production both technically demanding and costly. Despite these challenges, rare earth elements are indispensable because they possess unique physical and chemical properties that cannot easily be replicated by other materials. For example, they are essential for manufacturing high-performance permanent magnets that can operate under extreme temperatures. These magnets are used in advanced electronics, electric vehicles, precision-guided missiles, fighter aircraft, radar systems, and countless other military and civilian technologies. Because no practical substitutes exist for many of these applications, rare earth elements have become one of the foundations of modern technological and military power. Ironically, from the 1960s through the 1980s, it was the United States, not China, that dominated the global rare earth industry. Beginning in the 1980s, however, China rapidly expanded its production. By the early 2000s, it had effectively become the world's dominant supplier, controlling roughly 80% of global rare earth production. So how did China achieve this remarkable transformation? According to the official history, it began in 1986, when a group of Chinese scientists proposed a national high-tech development strategy to China's leader, Deng Xiaoping. Only a few days later, the proposal was approved and became known as the 863 program. The program focused on developing technologies across 7 strategic industries that the Chinese leadership believed would shape the future. One of these priority sectors was the production and processing of rare earth elements. That same year, the Chinese government established a dedicated fund to finance the program, allocating 10 billion yuan, equivalent to approximately 5% of the national budget at the time. Government support continued to expand in the years that followed. In 1997, China launched another major initiative known as the 973 program, which focused on basic scientific research designed to strengthen China's long-term technological competitiveness. Rare earth technologies became one of its highest priorities. Projects funded under the program followed a 2+3 evaluation model. During the first 2 years, researchers were expected to demonstrate measurable progress. Successful projects then received funding for an additional 3 years to continue development. Throughout this process, the government provided substantial financial support. Most importantly, Chinese policymakers understood from the very beginning that rare earth production was unlikely to be profitable in the short term. Their objective was never immediate financial returns. Instead, it was to secure a long-term strategic advantage. As a result, many Chinese rare earth companies continued operating despite persistent financial losses. They were sustained through government subsidies and virtually unlimited credit provided by state-owned banks. even when many of those loans were never fully repaid. This state-backed financing enabled Chinese producers to dramatically increase output while selling rare earth materials at prices that many foreign competitors could not match. Over time, these low prices forced competitors out of the market. One of the most notable casualties was the Mountain Pass mine in California, once the world's largest producer of rare earth elements. The mine was shut down in 2002 after years of declining competitiveness. Its closure marked a turning point. China emerged as the world's dominant producer of rare earth elements and gained the ability to exert enormous influence over global supply chains, an advantage that continues to shape international technology, manufacturing, and geopolitical competition today.